Hey, Ron, thank you for joining us today and helping out with answering some questions from brokers and interested parties that have looked at Dorothea.
John, look forward to it.
So, question: why is Dorothea designed with one engine?
The project started with an existing sailboat client of mine, a German guy, who wanted to do long distance exploring and with a powerboat. He just decided to have a powerboat. So it was an opportunity for me without much instruction from the client to do whatever I wanted to do. So I just went long distance, safe exploring. Let's follow the commercial guys. There is no commercial high performance container ships of pretty high performance today being designed or built with multiple propellers. It's just that there's a reason for that, besides cost effectiveness, but it is more efficient to push a boat through the water with a large diameter single prop than two smaller or four smaller props. So I just thought, let's do the most efficient long distance explorer yacht we could, following the commercial guys' lead. And because you did a good job pushing it around the world, it's proved itself.
I, I've done I've done 9 ocean crossings. I've done 220,000 miles. I've been in every ocean on Earth and to both polar regions of the world. As a boat captain, I've been through the Panama Canal 26 times. I, I could go on and on with what this boat has done. This boat isn't great. It's superb.
Here's,
And
here's another angle, John. This boat actually is a twin engine boat. And it's actually more than a twin engine boat because we have two engine rooms. We have redundancy because of two engine rooms and two drive systems. Just because the forward system is more treated like a bow thruster doesn't negate that it's capable of pulling Dorothea through the water.
do you think it's an educational process? Do you think that the general aptitude within the yachting industry is just not ready for? They just don't know. I mean, because to me, when we were looking to buy a boat, this was the natural. This was what we wanted. I just until I found it, I didn't find it because we were towing, we were exploring, and it made perfect sense to me for a lot of reasons, such as just a tow untow procedure when when you reach a destination or you're departing, of being able to add tension to a tow line but not have prop wash by using the forward engine, and you've got people on the swim platform and conventional propulsion. You're clutching in and out of gear, creating your own sort of waves which you want to avoid. And when I saw this thing come on the market, I was like, holy shit, this is the boat. But I don't see mission specific people. I see people that they want bedrooms and sheets and they're like, where's the hot tub? Where's the TV in the salon? And I'm like, the TV is out the windows when you're looking at a glacier. And they want to know how do they get Netflix? It's just like,
Well,
so
I mean, I'm hoping that this is changing. I realized when we were doing it, we would be seen as doing something a bit too different, maybe. But now, after your proving trips, I mean, very few boats have done what you did with Dorothea. When I designed the boat, I didn't have this proof. Now we've got tons of proof. But let's concentrate more on the double engine room idea, because this is way safer redundancy than any Fed ship. If your engine room blows up on Dorothea, you still got another engine room.
Correct. You close the watertight doors and you start up the forward engine, and you've got your own fuel cell. You've got your own starting system, and it's housed within all of the water making on the boat, and it's completely 100% segregated from every operational component from the main engine room, specifically for that reason. And you know, when you have midship engine room designs, you don't have that kind of flexibility. The other thing that's so unique about it is the actual propulsion system. You know, and the oil bath and the controllable pitch, and the fact that, you know, I've ran up a river in Papua New Guinea and chopped a tree in half, and we were unharmed. I mean, if you had exposed shafts and rudders and underwater components that couldn't deal with that, we would have been rendered stationary for in God knows where for God knows how long. And I see genius in the design, but I don't think anybody really looks at the design.
Yeah, I mean, so the only way I've been defending the concept of the boat was, why are all these commercial ships only using one propeller? It's way more important for them to be reliable and on time than some guy's yacht. They are only using single screw. It's bloody more efficient.
Well, you know, and it's not about the money that comes out of their bank account. It's about the ability to be able to go somewhere and stay, or the ability to go somewhere and not be pressured into having to get to somewhere that is marginally doable. And what I mean by that is that, you know, when you cross the Galapagos to French Marquesas onwards to Tahiti, it's pretty nice to pull into Nuku'hiva after traveling 3,500 miles and not need fuel. You know, I mean,
pretty wild, yeah.
You know, I arrived with 35,000 liters of fuel, and that was after 13 days at sea.
It's impressive. No one talks about that.
This is an intended design for exploring the world, and it's within a design envelope that doesn't require pilotage and commercial certificates and manning requirements and all of this other bullshit that ultimately will affect their time on board, and they don't see it as a positive.
Here's another thought, John. My biggest worry selling this project to my German client, my client had built my last design at Eberking and Rasmussen, Rolls-Royce, you know, builder.
Yeah.
Now we're going to tell him build it in China. I really thought this is going to be a difficult one. This is going to be a problem. I said build it in China because after visiting Choi Lee, I was totally confident they could bring their commercial expertise into the yacht world, and my client would gain from this. So I was totally hung up on building China as a potential problem, not the single engine idea. That I consider that just so obvious, and from a design point of view, that I never considered this would be the problem. And as it turns out, neither are a problem.
Right, but I think no one takes the time to know that Choi Lee really is a first class boat builder that's been building boats for over 100 years. I don't think anybody realizes that every tugboat that's assisting every ship in the Panama Canal is built by Choi Lee. It's a very large, still family owned and family ran company. And, you know, the simple fact that they built fiberglass boats at another facility that weren't really all that great, and because this fits within the yachting, you know, category, not commercial shipping, all of a sudden this must be one of their yachts that is kind of second tier. And that's absolutely not true, number one. Number two, outside of the steel and the hull construction and the design, which is obviously you, there isn't a component on this boat that didn't come from either the United States or Northern Europe. Not one. And every one of them has got a Lloyd's endorsement on it.
Yeah, it's a Rolls-Royce project from the beginning to the end.
And then I explained Lloyd's and being out for 11 years, and the only deficiency that Lloyd's found were sea valves, which are maintenance items. I mean, we did a complete ultrasonic inspection of the hull, and in 18 years, we've not one plate, not one piece of plate. The engine, the generators, I mean, the lead Lloyd surveyor was in this pilot house in October, and he handed me the papers, and he said, "This is an unbelievable boat." He goes, and he's the same guy that said when it started that if I was you, I wouldn't do this. Because he didn't think there was any chance that it would ever get back into class. And we did it without any deficiencies other than sea valves.
Well, you almost raised more thoughts on this Zoom call. We've got more to talk about after considering these points.
Yeah.
Well, to me, in looking at it, sort of as diplomatically as I can, I know what I've done with the boat. I know that there's so much more life left in it. I know what the other ones are capable of. And with your design and what we've done, it's like we've solved the enigma code of yachting, but yet nobody believes us.
So, John, this was great to have the opportunity to relive the design and voyages of Dorothea. And it's raised a lot of questions about how the experiences, the very positive experiences that you've had with Dorothea, need to be presented to the yachting market in a better way of understanding. And I'm going to think about this seriously for the next day or two.
All right, Ron. Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
All the best.